Donald Trump making a new pledge. I told you, race to the bottom. If he gets reelected, he's going to make federal employees take a loyalty test, really to him. Here's the footage.
Finally, I will require every federal employee to pass a new civil service test demonstrating an understanding of our constitutional limited government. This will include command of due process rights, equal protection, free speech, religious liberty, federalism, the Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable search and seizure. I know all about that at Mar-a-Lago, don't I? And all other constitutional limits on federal power. We will put unelected bureaucrats back in their place.
Yep, there you go. You know who else did a loyalty test? Hitler. All right, let's get into a background on this ridiculous statement. Mr. Trump has previously called on putting in new requirements for federal employees. In March of last year, he called on passing laws that will make every employee who works under the executive branch fireable by the president. Okay? We will pass critical reforms making every executive branch employee fireable by the president of the United States, he said at the time. The deep state must and will be brought to heel. It's already happening, he says. Now, let's put up this picture of Trump and Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. There's a related news dynamic that must be mentioned. So there's a PAC, a political action committee, who backs DeSantis. DeSantis has not announced he's running for president, but he goes all over the country and he talks to GOP groups. But the PAC aired a particular commercial against Donald Trump. This PAC once again supports DeSantis, and probably this is part of the reason why, well, Trump is doubling down on the BS. Here's the commercial.
Donald Trump is being attacked by a Democrat prosecutor in New York. So why is he spending millions attacking the Republican governor of Florida? Trump's stealing pages from the Biden-Pelosi playbook, repeating lies about Social Security. Here's the truth from Governor Ron DeSantis.
You know, we're not going to mess with Social Security as Republicans.
What did Trump say?
Entitlements ever be on your plate?
At some point they will be. We will take a look at that.
Trump should fight Democrats, not lie about Governor DeSantis. What happened to Donald Trump?
They also said Trump was going to grab your guns and a whole lot of other things. Well, let the fight continue. Trump campaign responded to the ad and a statement to Mediaite. They said, and I quote, DeSantis is colluding with his globalist handlers to go full never Trump in order to gaslight the people into thinking that Medicare and Social Security should be ripped away from hardworking Americans, says spokesperson Stephen Schoen. President Trump has made it clear that he will always stand on the side of Americans and protect benefits seniors worked for and paid for their entire lives. Once again, this is a political strategy. Both of them have insane ideas. Even a broke clock is right twice a day. So maybe they hit on something that we actually can somewhat agree to. But at the end of it, they won't implement it in a way that makes a difference. They don't care about these programs. They care about it enough to get elected. And that's it. All right, Trae, thoughts here.
Well, on the loyalty test thing, I used to, when I was first getting started in stand-up comedy, my day job was working for the federal government. I worked for the U.S. Department of Energy in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. I was a federal employee for like 6 years. And when I first started, I started straight out of college. I thought it was kind of weird. I wondered, I was like, what do these people do if they like don't like the president who's in charge at the time? But they're all just like career professionals who have an office job that they work or a mission that they support or whatever, and they don't really care about that too much. Most of them, they just want to do their job. So like, if he comes in and has some sort of loyalty test, there's going to be a whole lot of people that have been doing a job effectively for 30 plus years that might get fired because they don't agree that Ron DeSantis is a duty head or whatever questions are on this, quiz that he's going to give them. And I think it'll have pretty disastrous effects ultimately, because it's not really how any of that works. Also, all the questions he gave examples of were like things having to do with like the overreach capacity of the federal government or whatever. But most federal employees don't do the type of job where any of that would ever be relevant. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of agencies and stuff who that's directly relevant to. But for example, like I was working in contracts, people work in facilities, maintenance, engineering. I mean, whatever, all kinds of stuff that's all completely, utterly irrelevant to the job they actually perform for the federal government. So it's just another like half-baked asinine Trump idea. It sounds to me like that. I hope never comes to fruition because he never gets the opportunity to implement it, first of all. But then if that were to happen, I think it would be pretty disastrous ultimately. And as far as him and Ron DeSantis, part of me is kind of like sickly looking forward to watching them hopefully tear each other apart. I'm taking sort of a sick pleasure in watching them have a slap fight over the coming months, but only if whoever, wins between the two of them ultimately loses after that, obviously, because otherwise it's a full-bore nightmare.
Yep.
For 4 years again.
The way it's looking, Trump is the person that should go against Biden because he definitely can beat Trump, but everyone else Biden has a big problem with, according to polling data.